feel like absolute shit today, but we will proceed. Hey guys, what's up? It's your lovely neighbor Cath and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, before we proceed, if you're new here, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do hit the subscribe button. I will highly appreciate it. And if you like this video, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't just like it emotionally. Also, just a little bit of a disclaimer. It's raining today and there's occasional thunder, so please bear with me for that. So let's proceed with the video. So for today's video, I will be sharing with you guys something really close to my heart, which is a topic on mental health, particularly about clinical depression. I have always been a mental health advocate, and now I want to use this platform to help somehow alleviate the stigma surrounding mental health and, start normalizing talking about it. In line with the Nadine Luz Cherry Kilo Jobber Dito fiasco and the whole trending of hashtag, sorry I got distracted, there's a bird on my window. Anyway, and the trending of the hashtag suicide is not a joke. I think this is the perfect time to actually talk about this, to bring light in this topic and to actually discuss this thoroughly with you guys and to share my knowledge. Ayun, yun lang. So, wag na natin patagalin pa. Let's jump right into the video. So, this video will be divided into 3 main parts. First is that definition of depression. Second, the diagnosis. And third, what can we do to help partake in this whole thing, in this talk? How can we move? Ganon. Anong pwede nating maging parte dito sa discussion na to? So, ayan. I've listed down some points here in my iPad so that I don't get to forget anything and so that I can discuss with you guys clearly and thoroughly. And, ayan. So, let's begin with the definition of clinical depression. Clinical depression has been one of the leading cause of mental disability and has been one of the most significant public health problem worldwide. And globally, there is an estimated total of 350 million people affected by this. In the Philippines, mental health is also a creeping problem. Actually, we are the highest in Southeast Asia when it comes to the rate of depressed people. And how much more kung kasama pa dun yung mga undiagnosed. Dahil nga dito sa Pilipinas, it's not that much accepted yet. Parang sa ibang bansa kasi meron silang kasama yun sa mga healthcare nila, ganon. Pero here in the Philippines, parang wala pang health system na nag-accept sa health card ng mga mental illnesses, ganyan. So, kung tayo na yung highest sa Southeast Asia in this state, how much more kung yung mga ibang walang capabilities ay makapagpa-diagnose, diba? So, it's really a big problem here. In the year 2016, statistics shows that 1 out of 5 Filipinos are currently suffering from clinical depression. And yet, some of the Filipino boomers, or should I say most, are not yet ready for that conversation. Anyway, various factors affect a person's well-being and mental health. There are individual factors which involves the person's genes, age, and hormones, and external factors such as a person's environment and culture, which heavily affects mental health. Before we proceed, let me clarify that it is different to feel sad, to feel depressed, than to actually have or to actually be diagnosed by clinical depression. Those are 2 different things. Because feeling sad or depressed momentarily does not equate to having clinical depression. Ayan. So let's proceed with the more detailed part. Clinical depression is defined as the constant feeling of severe despondency and dejection. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, it is a common but serious mood disorder. It is a persistent problem and not just merely passing by. And it is not an emotion which regularly shifts from time to time, but rather a mood which lasts longer. It's not like the weather. So, hindi siya parang panahon na pabago-bago, today maulan, bukas mainit na, maaraw na. No, it's something constant that you feel. Ayan. So, hindi porket super sad ka today, diagnose mo na yung sarili mo na depressed ka. That's not how it works. To be diagnosed with depression, the symptoms must be present for at least 2 weeks and have to last on at least an average of 6 to 8 months. It was also observed in various studies that the level of the percentage that na affected ng depression ay higher in women than that in men. It was observed that there is a biological origin for the different society-driven risk factors for depression in women, such as differences in physical strength and personality traits, and the hormonal changes and hormonal fluctuations that women encounter. Since mas at risk yung mga babae sa mga hormonal changes, mas high risk din sila sa depression. There are different symptoms for people who are diagnosed or experiencing depression. Such symptoms involve the consistent lonely mood, the change in behavior, paralyzed relationships with the people around him or her, various physical semantics, uncontrolled negative thoughts and beliefs, difficulty in concentrating and functioning, and losing interest on activities that the person once used to enjoy. Other signs and symptoms to assess if someone is experiencing depression includes lack of energy, loss of appetite, constipation, demotivation, poor sleep, and sudden weight loss. Failure to recognize the symptoms and failure to treat depression may result to an illness of greater impact, along with other conditions such as malnutrition, significant metabolic illnesses, and a greater chance of dying. Since depression symptoms are intangible, we can't, there is, unlike physical health that we can see, say for example a broken arm, we can see if one's arm is broken. However, the signs and symptoms of depression are intangible. It's actually harder to diagnose. It is difficult to determine who might look fine but it's actually struggling. Diagnosis begins once a person has accepted the fact that he or she needs help and seeks the help of a health professional to be able to assess his or her case more and ensure a more accurate judgment and give effective medication or treatment. Physical examinations are done alongside with interviews to know the severity of the condition. But according to the National Institute of Mental Health, it takes 10 years for an average person to actually ask for help. That long. And this is where our role comes in. Medications and therapies goes hand in hand to boost brain chemicals. So if you know someone who is struggling with depression, encourage them gently to seek professional help. We can even offer them help in simple tasks like looking up for the nearest therapies in the area, or even making a list of questions they can ask the doctor and the like. Because those simple things, those in our perspective, those may be simple things, but in the depressed perspective, it's actually very difficult to actually start and ask for help. It's very difficult to start opening up. Just like what I said earlier, for people with depression, these simple steps are actually very difficult to do. Most of them feel ashamed or guilty, and most really have a hard time opening up to other people. We have to constantly remind them that it is okay to open up and that mental health is a medical condition, and just like physical health, it has to be attended. Just like going back to my example earlier, when you have a broken leg or a broken arm, you go to a therapist to have it fixed. Parang, ano lang, toolbox. Anyway, you go to a specialist, a therapist to, perform physical therapy and all that. And same goes to mental health. We have to reiterate that mental health is as equally as important as physical health. kung naggagamot nga tayo sa migraine, sa sakit ng ulo, sa lagnat, ganun, bakit tayo nahihiya or bakit tayo matatakot magpagamot ng mental health natin? Bakit siya taboo, diba? It shouldn't be something to be ashamed of. It should be normalized. We don't tell people with depression or anxiety to just get over it, because we don't tell people with a broken leg or a broken arm to just get over it, diba? Same lang sila dapat ng treatment. It is a bitter reality that mental health issues are not as focused today, most often taken so lightly and sometimes even taken as a joke. We should help bring light in this topic and help alleviate the existing stigma about mental health. And if you're watching me right now here, and if you're battling with depression, know that I am very proud of you for staying here with us. And if you need somebody to talk to you, to listen to you, don't hesitate to approach me, because I'm always here. You can leave a message on my other social media accounts, or you can send me an email, whatever's more easier for you, whatever floats your boat. At least you know that when it's getting way too heavy for you to handle, somebody is listening to you. Sometimes we don't really need somebody that will give us advice. Sometimes we just need somebody to listen to us. And yun, nandito lang ako to actually listen to you guys. We will all fight this battle together. Again, as if I haven't emphasized enough, mental health is a serious matter and should never be taken as a joke, should never be used to attack somebody else. So that's it for today's video. I hope you learned a thing or two from me. If you're interested with what happened in my thesis, the results of the connection of food with regards to mental health, please don't hesitate to comment down below. Please do. I will highly appreciate it. And if you reached this part of the video, comment down below. I am amazing because you are amazing. Again, this is your bubbly neighbor Cath, always reminding you to always be kind. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Bye!